What up, 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 what up? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition. I think it's episode 39 of William versus the World. This is a live chat, music industry news, social media, and technology, emerging stories from around the world, around the internet, and around our very reality here on planet Earth. Welcome to the program. I can't believe this is maybe episode 39. I think it's episode 39. I usually start this with 2 coffees. I've only had one, so forgive me. I don't know what type of condition I'm in. All right, everybody, let's share the feed. If you guys could, in the future, it's helpful if we could all join more speaker groups or podcast groups here on Facebook and other places. I know we're also streaming live on YouTube and fucking Twitch. So I'm sure nobody's watching there. But if you are, share the feed. Don't just share like, to your page. Like share it to your story and then maybe like to a couple groups. That's what I'm going to do right now. And then we'll get to some music industry news. What we do here, if you're new and you don't know, each and every day, me and my colleagues here at the Sepsis Compound, we take some time, we get some spare time and free time, and we all grab our laptops and phones and we comb the internet and we look for the largest powerful stories that are emerging in the music industry every day. And then I show up here at 10:30 on or about, and then we read articles and the emerging stories from the music industry, technology, and social media. Sometimes we do like educationals or tips and tricks. We do music history, a whole bunch of stuff. John's here. How you doing, bro? How you doing? Is that a coffee and a cigarette? Yo, that's so dope. Oh shit, Eric's here. I gotta give Eric some music. Damn. Nice to see you guys. I was off a day, but I'm back. I skipped. I woke up this morning. I'm like, yo, it's Friday. And I was like, no, it isn't. Come on, man. Stop trying to. Yo. I need to get some coffee. That's what I need to do. I never do the show. Let me show you what I got right now. I can't even show you. I'm drinking cranberry juice out of an old Merry Christmas cup from the fucking 70s. That's what I'm doing right now. It doesn't have the same effect. What I really need is a coffee. Which reminds me, thank you to everyone that's been sending us stars on our live programs and chats, our music educationals, and our conversationalist content. I really appreciate you guys for jumping in each and every day. The hard part about streaming, when people ask me, what's the first thing I need to do to stream? I tell people you got to get some free time at the same time every day, and that's hard to do for a lot of us. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. It is, I think, episode 39. Wow, I've been doing this that long already. This is crazy. Good thing you guys come and hang out with me. I would have quit already. All right, so I'm going to share this out to a couple of groups to hopefully at some point we can expand our viewership here and continue to have this thing grow. I do appreciate all y'all for donating and sending stars and different things like that to the programs, because we are going to hopefully within the next round, the next check that we get from social media, the next round of checks that we get from content creation, I'm really hoping that we can improve the Honeycomb Hideout. So that's what we're going to do. So even if you guys send me stars here, those of you that are subscribers to our pages and content, the next round of royalties that we get, we are going to invest in making the Honeycomb a bigger, bolder, badder place. So I appreciate all of y'all for making it really a dream come true, man. It's really cool. Now I'm going to do my work and share this out, because I can't ask you guys to share out the podcast if I'm not going to share it out. I can't ask you guys to share out our music if I'm not going to share your music. I can't ask you guys to be a part of my community if I'm not going to add value, myself. So I can't ask you guys to do something I wouldn't do for myself. So I'm going to share this out. I'm in all these podcast groups. Most of them will block me by the time this live stream is over. What's the sense of having a Facebook group, if you're just going to block people? I can understand when people spam and shit like that, but I see a lot of people have like heavy metal groups, but it's only like their favorite kind of heavy metal. A lot of people have been telling me about these heavy metal archives and heavy metal groups, and I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I was born, in a time when heavy metal was becoming really popular. Same thing with rap music. So when people talk about what's metal and what's not, or like what's hip hop and what's not, it's like, you do know I was here when they started this shit. There's a group of people that think that music is a product that comes from the internet. It's like, no. Like, we were playing guitar before that. Anyways, if you guys got a Facebook group out there, let people participate, or it's going to be hard to grow that group, Don't call yourself a heavy metal group. Call yourself what you are. Call yourself a gatekeeping group. People will still join it, and they'll join and gatekeep with you. Just keep it real. Say, we're the gatekeeping heavy metal group. We don't really like anything else but our favorite. And then people like myself will be less reluctant to join. Sometimes I think people have these groups just so they can reject people and have the power to deny people to be a part of it. So that's why you have it. And then a lot of bands and people will say things like, oh, the scene is so fragmented, and what's happening to live music, and we'll blame it on AI, and we'll blame it on the rain. But it's like, that's why the dance floors start to get low. That's why the dance floor starts to get difficult. If everybody's always miserable, if everybody's always in defense mode, if everybody's always uptight in heavy metal, if we're all trying to protect our customized version of it, then how do we put other people on, How do we keep people excited about that? So let me see. I'm sure to get blocked from a bunch of these groups, but Podcast Network, promote your podcast. Podcast Hub, Podcast Union, Independent Artist Music Group, Podcast Network, Podcasting GRP. Support local music. Those are usually the ones that kick me out of their groups the most. The ones that support local music. It's like, what the fuck? I've been in local music for 30 years. What the fuck? Like, you can Google my shit. Boston, New England radio station. Let's do all these. I like the groups that say shit like Keeping It Real. That's a group for me. And I'll go into a group called Keeping It Real. I don't do nothing but keep it real. I should be the spokesman of that group. So you just find like there'll be all these groups, and it'll be like, wrestling fans. You'd be like, I'm a fan of wrestling. You'll try to go in a group, and it'll be like, fucking rejection. Maybe it's not what it seems. All right. Shout out to my friends in Scarecrow Hill. Thanks for the mention. All right, cool. I've done shared this out. I feel like I've done my due diligence. Y'all got your coffees, y'all got your trees. I need another coffee is what I need. I'm not lying, that's what I really need. I'm just gonna go check the pot real quick. Nah, we can't do it like that. We can't do it like that. I can't do it. Cause I can't drink. What the fuck is that? Cause I can't drink tap water. I refuse to drink tap water. All right, here we go. Milk and chocolates. What? Y'all doing it like that? You guys are fancy. All right, everybody. Google showcases DeepMind Music AI Sandbox to a nervous music community. And I laugh nervously because it's more AI news. You know what I think? What the hell? Yo, you're crazy. This dude's funny. Hans, you're the best. So I'm here entertaining, and staff member Hans is in the chat. Everybody say good morning to Hans. And he's hearing me about this coffee thing. And as you can hear in the back, the Cash App goes off, and he sends me coffee money. Hans, I'm trying to be entertaining. I appreciate the coffee. I will utilize that. But there's a portion, there's magic and mystique going on here, my good friend. I could have gotten my lazy ass up and walked to the store and gotten spring water. I didn't because I had to be here. You feel what I'm saying? I could have went to the store. I could have got more coffee. That would have been self-serving. Instead, I decided, maybe I'm lazy. I was either self-serving, it's one or the other, maybe somewhere in the middle. But I thought to myself before I started the live stream, I said, what the fuck? I'm going to go and grab a couple of jugs of water. You know what I mean? I'm going to run up, I'm going to grab the fucking water, and I'm going to come back and have enough to light up another pot of coffee before the live stream. Then I looked and I said, you know what? Motherfuckers are going to think I'm late. And I didn't want to blame anybody else in the office for me being late because everybody knew I wanted to. I said, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to be on time instead. I'm going to go without the coffee. I'm going to be on time, and I'm going to drink this fucking warm cranberry juice and shut the fuck up. And read about the music industry news. And I haven't done that yet. And the reason why I haven't done it is because I haven't had a second cup of coffee. That's what I'm trying to say. Jesus Christ, I'm 43. I need at least 4 cups of coffee to even get the fuck out of the house. Right, Trisha, that's what I'm saying. I gotta call all of my children today. Everyone's got the day off. I gotta hunt everybody down. Thursday's a big day. Thursday I do. That's why I forgot it was Thursday. I thought it was Friday. I thought I skipped the whole fucking day. Thank goodness we get to go to Charlie's Hill on Saturday and take a break for Zach's birthday. I hate this now. Don't take this the wrong way. It's not. I would never say I hope people don't go to a show. That's not what I mean. Please don't take this the wrong way. But like, the Hill is a place where we get to kind of like, relax a little bit. It's probably the one. Not the one. There's a couple places in New England, but in light of all the big festival stuff coming up and airplanes and luggage, it is nice to go to Charlie's Hill, is what I'm saying. Yo, John says I'm turning 45 in a few months. I need a whole fucking pot to get on. No, you ain't lying, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. Good God. Yo, Gary Little in the house. What up? I want to know about this milks and chocolate thing. You guys got me going. All right, back on this. I haven't figured out what AI is supposed to do. I just want to say this. We cover a lot of AI on the Honeycomb Hideout, and we cover a lot of AI here on William versus the World because it's in the news every day, and it directly is dealing with digital data. Do you remember when all this stuff was advertised to us, like the internet and social media and Spotify and all these different places? If you notice, a lot of that stuff has evolutionized. It is all a lot of the technology, the original reasons we used it for, all the habit forming activities that we originally had have kind of morphed into something else, you know. And we could get descriptive, but that's I don't want to slice too deep into the layers of that. The whole point of me saying that is, look, search engines used to search for things. Now they don't. We used to have a World Wide Web. Now we have kind of, 3 apps that everybody uses because that's where all your friends are. We had the .com era. And now we have, apps and AI, and pretty much all of our lives, minutes and moments, we live on these apps. All of our moments, all of our memories, all of our pictures, all of our media, literally everything we do is monitored, measured, and aided somehow, connected to an app. The phones aren't, the devices themselves aren't even different. And the apps are all the same, and they go on the devices. I mean, there's not really much different from Samsung or Apple, and you'll have people go back and forth on that. I feel you, but there's not much difference in between, Apple and Spotify, and you'll hear people go back and forth on that. But what I'm saying is they're the same in, they all bundle podcasts. They all bundle music. They all bundle video. They all have the same exact artists on them. I mean, the UI is different. The dashboards are different. The colors and the art and the graphics are different. The UI is different. But even the subscription prices are the same. But most of us didn't pay attention to iTunes or Apple Music for movies, or music videos. A lot of people signed up for Spotify for music. Social media at one point was more of a social place. Now it's kind of just a media place. We've talked about this a lot here. I'm just bringing you guys up to speed. But for the life of me, I know that AI is similar, just like the internet in the 70s and 80s. They told us, oh, this is going to be a place where we're going to go to the library and share Stoic philosophy and yoga moves and shit like that. We can trade guitar secrets and look at porn together, right? That was what we were supposed to do with the internet. All of those other things didn't wind up being so true. And even porn is hard to find on the internet. Search engines don't really search for things anymore. The only thing the internet really does is buying and shopping and selling, and the apps are all learning our behaviors and training us and teaching us, molding us to be expert shoppers. So that's like what we got right now. We have a lot of games on the phone that encourage us to shop. That's what we got. We don't have, gaming industries or music industries. We just got, digital flea markets. So the point I'm trying to make is a lot of the stuff originally, they said it was going to be one thing. And then as we all, became numb, a lot of these apps and developers have over the years, they've changed the behaviors, and we're not really sure if we're using them for the same reasons we originally signed up. I mean, if you originally signed up on Facebook, it was probably to meet people or to keep in touch with people. Now it's neither. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you originally signed up for Snapchat, if you originally signed up for Spotify, it might have been for music, and now it's for podcasts and audiobooks. You know what I mean? It's weird. So that's my question. Today we have AI, and AI reminds me of the apps and the internet and social media. Whereas in the beginning, they're saying to us that it does what? I'm not anti-AI, for the record. I know everybody's like for it or against it. I also think that is also a generic posture. I think that is a generic and weak stance, because most people don't know as much as I know about artificial intelligence, and I don't know enough to develop or form or process a real world opinion about it. AI's been around for years and years, and people can argue against it, but it's been opening your phone. When people talk about algorithms, and when you go to the ATM and, you put your fingerprint on the screen. I mean, artificial intelligence has been in our life. It's been in our rear view mirrors. Artificial intelligence has been in medicine for years and years and years and years. And it's been in your cell phones for years and years and years. So people can argue against it, but it's been here. If I'll tell you where people ask me about how I feel about AI, and I'll tell them a lot of times, if you're a gamer, you've grown up understanding. You've kind of like if you're a gamer, you've grown up with the idea of AI, meaning in the stories, in the video game stories like Halo and Master Chief and different, in different, across a lot of different games. Our brains, like if you're a gamer, our minds have already understood, practical uses for AI way before it became a topic, at the lunchroom table for the common man. So if you're a gamer, or if you're like me and you've worked in multimedia, or you've worked in art or music, if you've published, if you've written, if you've done copywriting, if you've worked with press before or TV, I've been doing this my whole life. So AI is kind of something that's always been around, for as long as it's been around. It might be new to consumers, but I have a hard time understanding a lot of the time what the long game is. I mean, I do see the application in medicine. I see the application, for rich people. I definitely do. Especially for like medicine, and there are different fields and industries where AI makes sense. But when it comes to consumers and AI, my mind is blown, because some people are living their lives to do things, and AI advertised to the consumer base. It's always advertised so the consumer doesn't have to do anything, or the consumer does less. So I see consumers being most confused about AI, because consumers will try to do AI and without realizing that, no, guys, a lot of the AI that we can recognize today is little gadgets, little do it for you gadgets. It's not about AI really making music. It's more about AI listening to your music for you also. We were talking about some upwards to, what was it yesterday? 10,000 songs a minute are uploaded. AI songs are uploaded, every minute. 10,000 songs, every minute. Imagine that. So, as we move forward with this whole AI thing, I think it's important to note that not all of us are living a life where we're trying to delete and get rid of every chore. You know, not all of us are trying to find a robot or a slave to live our life for us. You know, we're not all trying to sign up to more applications to tell us when it's good to fornicate. Everything is swipe left, you know? And even with artificial intelligence, you know, making its way into dating apps, you know, not everyone is looking to join a dating app where the machine goes on a date for you, you know. I just want to leave that here before we move forward. Google I/O 2024 is underway with several new generative media models and tools showcased this year. Like for me, I don't want a machine to play the guitar for me because I can play. The enjoyment that I get is playing for it. So I just want to make a note that if you love AI, the current version and recognizable models we have, it's to be understood that these are gadgets that live your life for you, that are supposed to free up time for you to do, I don't know, maybe to take a nap or something. If you're not learning guitar yourself or you're not listening to music yourself, if AI is living your life for you and playing your games and dating for you, then it must be freeing up time for you to do what? The Music AI Sandbox raises questions about whether these generative models will impact business that license sound to creators. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody's ever cared about not stealing from musicians. What I think is more interesting is when we have stories like this, articles, companies, people, even bands on Facebook that act like they care about stealing. People don't care about stealing from musicians. Why do we even talk about it? Like, we talk about it because when we want to get people's attention, when we want to have theater and we want drama, we scream out big, bold, rhetorical, effective words so everybody turns around and everyone's alerted. So when people want to, and it's weird that it gets people's attention, but people say unfairness, unfairness when they want to make a point. It raises questions about whether these generative models will impact businesses that license sounds to creators. Why would it raise questions about it? You know that it will. You know that it's going to impact people negatively. What do you mean raises questions? That just seems like a silly collection of English. In a collaboration with YouTube and some artists, songwriters, and producers, Google has developed a suite of AI tools it is calling Music AI Sandbox. Google says the new tools are designed to open a new playground for creativity and giving people a way to create instrumental sections from scratch with no prior music knowledge needed. So this goes back to what I was talking about in the beginning of the article. For somebody like me, the fun is writing the music. The journey and the good times and memories that I have making music and writing music is the challenging parts. So moving forward, everyone, when we're talking about this kind of AI, we're talking about a product that is designed for wannabes. It's for people that this particular product here is not necessarily for people, as it says, that are making music or understand or read and write music or comprehend music theory. This is giving people a way to create instrumental sections from scratch with no prior music knowledge needed. We already have a genre for that. It's called hip hop. Wyclef Jean, Justin Tranter, and Mark Rebillet are on board. Of course they are. Releasing new demo recordings on their YouTube channels that were created with help from Google's music AI tools. So this is a product that's geared to people that don't want to learn guitar. Like if you were trying to learn guitar, you'd have no time to play with this fucking thing. But that's, as of right now, that's generative AI is for people who don't want to do shit. I can't. What else is this product for? I can't figure it out. Some would say the fun of making music is discovering a new scale, learning the scale, playing the scale, breaking it up, putting it into chords, making those chords into progressions, learning what melodies go great over that. Isn't that kind of the point? If you don't have to do, and I'm not saying that this isn't a cool thing. This is a cool thing for dummies. This is a cool thing for lazy people. This is awesome for people that don't want to learn music. This is awesome for people who want to pretend like they're DJs and musicians. I have no problem with it. It is a cool toy. This recognizable version of generative AI, same thing with the AI that generates pictures and pornography. It seems to be able to only generate images and do tasks that lazy people and uninvested people otherwise can't shake down the time for. I understand, like, if you're like, I feel like math equations, or that's the best thing I think I've used AI for, is like a calculator. You guys put in the chat if you've used any AI and what's the best thing you've used it for. The best thing I've used generative AI for so far has been helping me to solve math problems. But then I got to go check it. You know what I mean? Oh, and here's another thing that it was pretty cool. One cool thing that I realized that I could do with AI is when you get an error, like say you're programming, you're mixing and mastering in a digital audio workstation, and say you have like a computer crash, or there's like a code or an error code that pops up, you can copy that entire code and just like give it to AI and and ask it, what the fuck is this, and how do I correct it? That's what I like when I see. Okay, so for instance, that'd probably take me my whole life to figure out how to be a computer coder. So that's where I would use AI, right? A person that doesn't know how to paint or write music, that's where they would use this generative AI thing. You know, somebody who doesn't know how to make music would use this, and they could leverage it. So here's some of the artists that love this idea. I would play it, but I'm not gonna do that. Maybe I'll mute it. Hold on, I want to see what this sounds like. Maybe you guys could look it up on your phone and we could all listen to it. I'm gonna keep it real. It's not for me. It's not for me. It's not for me. I mean, look, man. I'm not gonna. I don't even think I have to make fun or beat up on AI music or people that generate AI music and AI art. I like what John said right here. He goes, band logo. I use band logo generator because I suck at drawing. Right. Right. Just like if you like people that have AI girlfriends suck at girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? Like I was explaining to you, like I couldn't code. I'm not a computer coder. I'm terrible at reading computer code. That's why artificial intelligence is perfect because I don't have that intelligence. You know what I mean? I feel like if you have the intelligence to make music, you shouldn't artificially make it. Why would you need to? Unless of course you're like stockpiling or selling royalty free or artificial intelligent music or something like that. Unless you're like in the business of it. I can see this Wyclef Jean. He's in the business of selling AI music, and I'm not hating on him, man. I don't hate on AI music because I don't think it's competitively comparable to real music. And people are like, well, someday it's gonna be. Well, I'm up for the challenge. I don't think artificial intelligent Wyclef Jean is going to get on stage and beat me in a shred contest. No fucking way. I don't think there's any AI musicians that are going to get on stage and outplay me on guitar. Not in my lifetime. That's why I don't fear AI music. Because ain't no artificial intelligent robot going to jump out of the fucking computer, get on stage with me and Melissa and hold it down for a 50-minute set. You know what I mean? So what are you talking about? Not in my lifetime. You feel what I'm saying? Oh man, hologram schmologram. Ain't no hologram gonna get on the plane and meet you guys at Rockfest in July and take me and Melissa's place. I'm telling you, they don't got it in them. Sex bots scare the shit out of you. You know. If sex bots scare you, then real sex should scare you even more. I tell you what, as a grown man, there ain't no part of sex that I'm scared of. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. But I get your point. You know how you get rid of your fear of sex bots? You don't pay for them. You don't use them. You don't look at them. I know people are like, oh man, the sex bots are taking over the world. I mean, not really. I mean, it's hard to even look up, like, you got to be a millionaire to look up porn. They're way too real. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like unless they're, you know what I mean? It ain't real unless it's real, you know? I don't know. I don't feel like there's any technology that has replaced people in my life. You know, when I look at I don't know. When I look at like artificial, or even when I look at I'm not even really that attracted to people I don't know. Can I be honest with you? I'm not even attracted to people I don't even know. I can't even say I even like people I don't even know. I know that sounds crazy, but like, I don't know, man. So like, me being attracted to something artificial just isn't for me. I don't even like girls in magazines. I don't care for it. I never did. I never, like, you know how guys be like, oh, Kim Kardashian, or you know, boys and girls, they look at the nice celebrity or whatever. I'm not attracted to any celebrities. I'm only attracted to people I know. I only like people I can meet. I think I only like people that I could really make a connection with, you know, and I don't mean nasty, you know, naked stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about making connection with people, period. I mean, I'm not there yet. You know what I mean? I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't jerk off to cartoons and shit like that. I mean, no disrespect to anybody that does. That's your own thing. I'm a people person. You know what I mean? I like live bands. No disrespect to my laptop bands out there and all the backtracking bands out there. You guys make it look and sound dope. But I'm the old fashioned guy in the band. I like real guitar, real pussy. I like real shit. I like real meat. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real regular guy. I'm a regular old boring guy from the 80s. You know what I'm saying? I like everybody too. I don't discriminate. I'm down with everybody. I'm one of them guys from the 80s that I scraped my knees falling off the bike. I got up with confidence. You know what I mean? I'm not in competition with anybody. I don't worship anybody. I didn't even grow up on celebrities and TV and all of that. I didn't even get into it. So I'm not attracted to dolls. I don't do plastic body parts or nothing like that. I'm a real natural type of person. I like fat people. I like big tits. I like stretch marks. I like the F word. You know what I'm saying? I like a little carbon. You know what I mean? On my hamburgers. I don't give a shit. I'm not a perfect person. I don't pretend to be Patty, Pinky Promise perfect. I'm super flawed. I like regular stuff. I don't believe that I'm an angel or anything like that. I'm not a gift. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a regular old guy. You know? So that's kind of what I expect out of other people too, you know? It's hard for me to get into the AI stuff because it's not like they can jump on stage and play it. Okay. While Google is hard at work on creating an AI music sandbox, lawsuits will hammer out the argument of how much fair use there is behind using copyrighted data to train these models. Quote, fair use analysis is highly dependent on several factors, so it remains to be seen if these models can claim fair use under copyright law. One factor courts will likely consider is the purpose and character of the use, whether the use is commercial or nonprofit, and whether it's transformative and adds something new to the copyrighted work. Non-commercial uses may fall under fair use label, but commercially is just one aspect of determining fair use. AI trained on copyrighted works are often used for commercial purposes. OpenAI, Midjourney, Anthropic all feature a subscription to access these models. Guys, this is what I'm saying. This is what I mean about saying we're going to do something with a product and then it turning out to be something else. They said the internet was going to be something, then it turned out to be something else. They said that social media was going to be something that turned out to be something else. The streaming sites all promised us that they were going to be something, and now they're turning into something else. The second factor here that courts will analyze is the nature of the copyrighted work, whether it's factual or creative. This is where AI companies will run into trouble because models like Music AI Sandbox are trained on highly creative works, including visual art, music, and writing. When the underlying work is creative, that weighs against a finding of fair use. The last factor here is the amount of sustainability of copyrighted works as a whole, using the entirety of copyrighted work. This is what I mean, you guys, when I was talking about the World Wide Web. How everyone can access the World Wide Web but us. All these companies, developers, data brokers, they can all access everything that we've put on the internet for over 100 years now. The internet's been around since the Cold War. What I'm saying to you guys, for real, all the information on a consumer level, all the information, all the photo albums, all the music, all the cat pictures, all the opinions about the presidents, all the elections, all of the crazy stuff during the lockdowns, all of the music you've ever written, all of your photo albums, pictures of your kids and pets, all of it, all together, we've been feeding while this giant internet has been mining data for nearly 100 years. It's been trained on all this copyrighted work, pictures of our kids, our pets, our poems. And now, artificial intelligence has access to the data that's been collected by these developers over time. Spotify collects the data. Meta collects your data. Snapchat is collecting data. TikTok is collecting data. Google is the biggest data collector. And they're all collecting data and behaviors and shopping features and shopping habits and all of these things, right? Litigations, court cases, artwork, music. It's all collected. It's all acquisitional to these data brokers. Meanwhile, we can't even access the World Wide Web. We can't even look up top 100 independent bands in your own state. You can't do it. The search engines don't work. The only gadgets we have left are gadgets that write music for us and listen to it for us too. OpenAI urges that it is not the amount of work copied, but the amount of copyrighted work made available to the public. Now, you see, they just said it right there. We've made this available to the public. We have made our lives, our Facebook pages, our music, our uploads. We have made it. They're saying that they can use this technology and learn from our copyrighted material, our private material, because we, the consumers, we have made it available publicly by uploading it to the internet. These AI companies all make the argument that that's why they're able to steal it and generate new art from it, because we have made it available. Pictures of your children on the basketball court, the birthday party, the baby shower, the bar mitzvah, it's all there. Everything you've ever said about Donald Trump, everything you've ever said about Biden, everything you've ever said about, Hillary Clinton and Rudy Giuliani and Batman, and you know what I mean? Like everything you've ever said about Ronnie Radke, everything you've already said about Taylor Swift, all of your opinions about sepsis, everything that you have uploaded online, every photo album, every meme. You know what I'm saying? Not only the images, not only the information, but we've also uploaded our behaviors, our shopping behaviors, our medical behaviors, our fears. We have made this public, and it admits that training on copyrighted material is reasonably necessary to create accurate generative media, but argues that this substantial copying should not matter if the material is not publicly available. So everybody just take your life offline, okay? Everybody just quit the internet. So, see what they're saying there? Do you see what they're saying? Do you see what they're saying? They're saying because we use the internet, they have the right to steal whatever they want. Right, because they're saying because we use the internet, you guys got to realize the internet is not something like a choice. No, man, the internet is more important than heat and hot water. The internet is a utility. So they're saying because you use this utility, This utility requires you to make information public. When you upload your information to this utility, the internet, that we are then forfeiting our right to ownership, authenticity, and privacy. You feel me? So you have to look at it. You have to look at it for what it is. And that's not like a conspiracy theory. They just said it. Yeah, John said it right here. Post something on social media and it lasts forever. He's right about that. And not only that, they have the right to use it. If you put a picture of your daughter playing in a kiddie pool, they have the right to use it. Because you have agreed, you have submitted when you upload those images of your grandkids, you have submitted them to everybody else's data. You've submitted their public image, and they're claiming that they have the right to teach their robots on that image. You feel me? What do you guys think about that today? It's crazy, right? Again, it's not to scare the shit out of anybody. If anything, if I was you, I'd start reading more into this, you know? It's not meant to scare you. It's just meant to... I'm going to do one more for you today. The House of Representatives passed the Ticket Act, banning hidden ticket prices and deceptive ticket practices. Fix the Ticks Coalition, NIVA Recording Academy commend the move. You guys have heard about Fix the Ticks? I've been talking about it. Fresh off the House of Representatives passing the Ticket Act, banning hidden prices and deceptive ticketing practices. The Fix the Ticks Coalition and NIVA applaud the move and urge the Senate to follow suit. No sooner had the House of Representatives passed the landmark Ticket Act to ban hidden pricing and deceptive ticketing practices in the U.S., then industry organizations and figureheads began commending the move. Yeah, that's good. The bill's passing marks a crucial step towards improving ticketing transparency. Required ticket sellers to clearly disclose the sale price at the beginning of the transaction prior to the selection of a ticket, and to provide an itemized list of the base ticket price and fees. I mean, this entire music industry is like deception and hidden fees and sneaking and tacking on little tricks, and it's crazy, man. It's like no straight lines anywhere, huh? Like something as simple as like, we can't just tell people how much a fucking ticket cost. You know, it's just like crazy, man. Organizations including Fix the Ticks Coalition and the National Independent Venue Association have released statements applauding the House's move, urging the Senate to further enhance measures like the Ticket Act by passing the Fans First Act. This bill includes additional provisions to protect consumers from deceptive websites and bots. Boy, do we need that. The Fix the Ticks Coalition and the National Independent Venue Association commend the U.S. House of Representatives and House Energy and Commerce Committee Chair Kathy McMorris, Ranking Member Frank Pallone, and a whole bunch of other fucking people, because I'm not going to just name people. This is going to get crazy. You can look at the people. Here's the people, everybody. Take a screenshot. Go tell them thanks. Thank you. Do I have a lighter? I have several. We now call on Senate to pass S 3457 The Fans First Act, which builds on the Ticket Act by including additional provisions to wholly ban speculative or fake tickets to ensure that deceptive imagery on websites does not trick consumers, to increase mandatory reporting of illegal bots to obtain tickets, to require clear and conspicuous itemization of the ticket price and fees at the beginning of the transaction, and to provide meaningful enforcement of these provisions. You see? Not only has the U.S. House of Representatives moves to protect consumers from predatory and deceptive ticketing practices, but states across the country, including Arizona, Maryland, Minnesota, and Nevada, have recently banned, without exception, speculative tickets on bipartisan basis. Continues Parker, quote, "We call on Congress to do the same, to build on the Ticket Act and adopt strong, enforceable, comprehensive ticketing reform legislation like the Fans First Act." Eventbrite celebrates the resounding House passage of live event ticketing reform and commends bill sponsors and committee leadership for strengthening the legislation before its passing. Yep, they want them to act quickly and incorporate strong provisions contained in the Fans First Act and move to a comprehensive ticket reform package that will provide somebody with some fucking sanity. There you have it. That is great news. That's what I'm trying to show y'all. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'll be back tomorrow for more social media, music industry, and emerging technology news. I know we had a lot of AI news, but it's big, and it's some of the leading stories today in music. So don't just take my word for it. Get out there, do the homework. If you have any articles you want me to cover, send them my way. Thank you guys for tuning in every day. I appreciate you guys and love each and every one of y'all. Be cool.